In last week's video you've seen me in this area with some pretty epic conditions, but the conditions just didn't stop at the end of that video, it continued on for a while. So let me show you a couple of images from last week's video and then continue to the rest of this trip. So I decided to walk back to that first spot. So I'm not completely there yet, but I already got a really nice shot of this island. And now there's also a shot with some ducks in the middle there. So I'm gonna take that first. But this is the shot of only the island. So I really focused on the island. Amazing, absolutely amazing conditions here. So let's wrap up those last couple of minutes here, because absolute crazy, you know. Just look over this lake now. I'm back at the hill where I started out with the two islands in the left bottom and the right bottom. But now you get all this moody atmosphere, but the sun is just a little bit further to the left than I expected it to be. So no worries, absolutely not. But that is quite a shame. And I was just looking back on those couple of shots in the last 5 minutes here. Crazy, absolute crazy. So I just couldn't show you every shot because I would miss the best here. But I think from the higher point here, the best is gone. What I have to do now to keep on producing some nice shots is get a little bit closer and find trees that are facing the sun with a dark background. That would still really work. So, but this trick that I did now with the higher point doesn't work anymore. So I have to come up with a new plan to keep shooting. And the conditions are here to do that, you know. Absolutely amazing. So yeah. I don't know, sometimes you have these mornings, you know, and I'm thinking, why isn't there anybody out here? You know, look how beautiful this is, you know. This is the best time of the day in the morning. Mornings like this, bizarre, absolutely bizarre. And it every time, it just amazes me that there's no one around that's enjoying this. You know, I don't know, maybe Dutch people are crazy, you know. No idea. We are all so hurried here in the Netherlands. We just forget to enjoy those beautiful parts. Yeah, at least I'm enjoying it. That's the most important. So what a strange morning. You know, this fog keeps coming in and out and in and out and in and out. You know, make up your mind. I don't know what to do here. Every time I come up with a plan and then the fog disappears, come up with a different plan, fog comes back. But that's the beauty, the challenge. You know, I love it, absolutely love it. Conditions like this you don't come across every day. It's just magic. I told you before in other videos, but every time again I remind myself how fortunate I am to see all of this in the morning. You know, keep remembering that between all those photos. Yeah, amazing. There's actually a lot of these flowers up here. I hope you can see them in the background. These white, purple, it looks like a lupine, but it's not a lupine. It's called different. But it would be nice if I can use one of those flowers in some sort of image. So yeah, looking for the next one. So just look around me right now. Now, what happens a lot of times in the Netherlands, just after sunrise, you have this beautiful moment of tranquil light, and then all of a sudden everything is covered in fog. You know, and that's exactly what happened here. You know, I can't see further than maybe 10 meters sharp, 20 meters, and then after that it's gone. And that makes this shot pretty difficult. But if it works, if I can do a little dehaze on it, I might come clean with it. But it's actually the same shot as I took maybe 2 months ago of, I think it's a fish thief. I don't know the English name. Someone put it in the comments. I forgot. Sorry about it. No, I'll look it up again. Maybe next time I'll remember. But yeah, it's a sort of a gull sitting on a dead piece of wood in the middle of the water. But right now the water is completely tranquil, with not a ripple in it. The background is completely covered. So it's only about this piece of wood with that little bird on it. I'm just trying to make this shot as maybe as abstract as possible, with only this pole in this gray, and then hopefully this bird looks to the side that you can really see that it's a bird. But sometimes it's facing towards me or towards the back, and then you don't recognize it as a bird. So yeah, absolute crazy. So I think I got the shot, but I'm not sure. But I don't think it's worth waiting here. I can't even show you, because let me show you on the other side. You know, it's right out there. You know, it's now completely covered in fog. So I have a question for you. Do you develop as a photographer? And what I mean with that is, are there shots that you're interested in today that you didn't see a year ago? Or are you walking by shots today that you would have shot a year ago? Now if I look at myself, a shot like this here, you know, 3 different trees on a row in the fog. About a year ago I would definitely have shot this image. But today it doesn't really interest me anymore, you know. I'm searching for more complicated scenes, and yeah, I think that that's part of development, you know, a part of seeing new inspirational things. And people always ask me about all the B-roll on video here, and they say, oh, do you have time for that when you're taking all these images? Well, actually I know I lose some images because I make these YouTube videos, but on the other hand, this channel has given me so much that it's absolutely worth it. You know, it's given me a reason to be out here. You know, about 2.5 years ago, before I started YouTube, I might have thought, well, I'm gonna stay in bed. And now I'm thinking, I want, it's not that I have to do it, but I want to make my videos every week. You know, as long as I can, why not? And with conditions like this, it's absolutely amazing. So it's given me the reason to be out here, and that's all thanks to your support. You know, if you're not watching, if you're not subscribing to the channel, then yeah, there wouldn't have been a reason to go out. So yeah, I'm not bothered by losing a couple of shots because of that. I'm just absolutely enjoying this lifestyle, you know, and my development as a photographer. I think I have grown so much since the start of this channel, and right now, yeah, totally different images. Still always looking for those moody, atmospheric images that I really like. But I think the compositions have become a little bit more interesting, you know. That's the right word for it. At least it interests me, and I hope as long as it interests me, it will interest you. So yeah, sorry for this rubbish talk. You know, it's all part of the channel, you know. So if you didn't already, please push that subscribe button and that like button if you like the video. You know, you're massively supporting me and this channel, the community. So yeah, absolutely amazing. So let's see if we can find some more complicated scenes here. So there's a whole group of these yellow and purple flowers that I talked about earlier. It just looks really nice, and I'm doing some handheld stuff here, trying to frame up these flowers with one in the foreground and then going to the back, and there's a little lake here with all patches of grass in it, and it just looks nice because you have these flowers in the foreground and then it disappears into a foggy background. So I'm just trying to look for some interesting compositions, and I think there's a shot here. I think there's a shot here. So just working the scene, and we'll see what we'll end up with. So talking about complicated scenes, on top of this hill here are 4 of those purple flowers, and my attention was pulled to them because of the shape of the tree in the fog behind it. And I was just thinking, what if I zoom in to it with those flowers in the foreground, and then that the flowers are in the shape of that bush in the background. So don't know if it's gonna work. I got a couple of shots even with a bee flying in between, just a little extra touch. I'm not sure if it's working, but at least I think it's worth trying. So yeah, this is the shot of those loop beans here on that hill with that tree in the background. So I think this is it for today. What you see here in the Netherlands is that at some point that sun is going to come from above the fog and it rapidly disappears, but there's another negative, that the fog that is left is being illuminated by that sunlight and it creates a very hard white wall, and which just doesn't look that photo aesthetic, you know. So in that first hour it's really nice, you have this golden light through the fog. But after that first hour, it's just one hard white layer. So that's why I'm gonna quit for now. I might get into the forest, but if I find anything interesting, I'll just put it in a different video, because this is already getting way too long, I think. So yeah, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this magical morning. Once again, you know, I feel quite lucky. Sometimes people comment that they rarely have fog in their country, and I have lots of fog, especially in spring and autumn. So yeah, happy with that. So if you like the video, please push that thumbs up button, and there's a subscribe button underneath the video. If you push that and select all on the notification bell, you will get a message when I release my next video. So yeah, thank you. See you in the landscape. Bye bye.